Welcome, everybody. Please make sure you're muted. We're so excited to have you here today. Thank you so much, first and foremost, to Randolph, aka the Playa Guy, for joining us today and teaching us all about Playa hotels and resorts. But specifically, we're going to talk today about the Hyatt Ziva, Hyatt Zilara. Lots of my clients have stayed there and or are texting and calling me while I'm staying there, and they're gorgeous. They're in a few countries, and I'm going to let him tell you all about that. But before we get started, make sure you're following us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Go to our website, www.tailoredmytravels.com. And if you are ready to talk about a vacation to one of these resorts, Hyatt Ziva Zilara, or any of the other Playa hotels and resorts that I can share with you, set up a vacation consultation right on our website. I usually have it linked on my posts on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and it's always in my email signature. So please set up a vacation consultation. But right now, we're going to let Randolph, aka the Playa Guy, go ahead and take over the screen, and he can share with us all the things. Welcome, Randolph.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Emily. It's a pleasure to be here and represent both Playa and Tailor My Travels.
Thank you.
Let me go ahead and share my screen, and we'll get right into it.
So I myself have been to Jamaica and the Dominican Republic. I went to the new Hyatt Ziva Zilara just this spring with my family, and I went on a FAM, and for those who are not in the industry, that's basically a familiarization trip in Jamaica, and that was really, truly my introduction to these resorts.
Absolutely, and it's so beneficial for not only yourself, but for the clients as well, because there's no better way to sell a product than to experience it firsthand. So I'm glad that you were able to make it. So we'll get right into the thick of things here. So hello again, everybody. I'm Randolph Tenek, also known as the Playa Guy. I represent Playa Hotels and Resorts. But today we're going to focus on our Hyatt Ziva and Zilara brands in specific. So at Playa Hotels and Resorts, we take pride in a few different things that we like to say set us apart from the competition. So we have amazing culinary perfection at all of our resorts, spacious accommodations and suites. We take pride in our health and wellness, perfect beachfront locations at our Hyatts, but where we really take the cake is our heartfelt service. So we live at Playa Hotels and Resorts by the motto, service from the heart. So anytime that you're at one of our resorts, you're going to be greeted by everybody on staff, even down to housekeeping, with a hand over your heart, and it is sincere. So with our Hyatt Ziva Zilara brands, we do have some adults only and all ages resorts. So an easy way to remember, the Hyatt Zilara brand, Zilara is a bigger word for bigger people. That will be for the adults. Ziva, a smaller word for the smaller people. That will be the families and the kids, okay? We have three amazing resorts that are adults only. We have the Hyatt Zilara Cancun, the Hyatt Zilara in Rose Hall, Jamaica, and then the Hyatt Zilara in Cap Cana, Dominican Republic. Our all ages resorts are the Hyatt Ziva Cancun, one of my favorite, the Hyatt Ziva Riviera Cancun, which actually just opened up last month, our Hyatt Ziva Los Cabos, our Hyatt Ziva Puerto Vallarta, Hyatt Ziva Rose Hall, and our Hyatt Ziva in Cap Cana. So taking a look at a map, so you get an idea of where we're located in relation to location of the countries that we're in. We're located in Mexico, Dominican Republic, and Jamaica. On the west coast of Mexico, we have two Hyatt Ziva properties, which will be the family friendly. We have one in Los Cabos, one in Puerto Vallarta. And in Cancun, we have the Hyatt Ziva and Zilara in Cancun. We have the brand new Hyatt Ziva Riviera Cancun that I mentioned opened up last month. That's about a half hour away from the Cancun airport, located in Puerto Morelos area of Riviera Maya, okay? In the Dominican Republic, we have the two amazing resorts, the Hyatt Ziva Zilara in Cap Cana, which is a brand new build that opened up in November of 2019. And then lastly, our Hyatts in Jamaica, located in Rose Hall, Jamaica. They are 15 minutes from Montego Bay or Sangsters Airport, located on the north coast there. So we'll talk first about our Hyatt Ziva Zilara Cap Cana. Now again, this is Playa Hotels and Resorts vision. This is our first build from the ground up. All of our other Hyatts were takeovers where we completely remodeled the property and gave them the Playa vision, but this is actually our vision from the start. So this is our first build from the ground up, as I mentioned. We have 375 rooms on each side of the property. This is located in Cap Cana, Dominican Republic, which is basically the Beverly Hills of the Dominican Republic. This is a gated community, very upscale. This is a newly developed area of the Dominican as well, okay? We're situated on Juanillo Beach, which is absolutely stunning. So many different shades of blue in the water. Again, as I mentioned, 375 rooms on each side. As you can see, we have the horseshoe shape. So almost every room, 90% of our rooms have an ocean view of some sort, okay? We have 4 total swim-up bars on the properties. Now, I always like to mention this first and foremost. If you're staying at a Hyatt Zilara or a Hyatt Ziva, if you're 18 and above, and the properties are right next to one another, so for example, our Hyatt Ziva Zilara Cap Cana and in Rose Hall, Jamaica, if you're 18 and above, you have full access to go to the other side, okay? Regardless of if you're a guest on the Ziva side or the Zilara side. So Zilara is obviously for adults, so you're automatically allowed to go over to the Ziva. But if you're 18 and above at the Ziva, more than welcome to come over to the Zilara, okay? So we do have 4 total swim-up bars, as I mentioned. 2 would be for the regular paying guests. We also have a club pool swim-up bar on each side as well. So if you're a club level guest and 18 and above, 4 total, okay? Here's a look at one of our amazing accommodations on our Zilara side. This is the adult side. This is one of our junior suite swim-up rooms. So very bright and colorful, that true Dominican feel. And then I really love the rooms on the Ziva side. A fun fact I always like to point out about the Ziva side rooms. What looks like a plant behind the headboard there, those are all actually individual marbles. They do light up at night when you turn the lights off. So I can only imagine how much money we spend in marbles alone in 375 rooms at the Hyatt Ziva.
Oh, we loved that. We kept playing with that. The kids thought that was awesome. It was so
Absolutely. So we do actually have a brand new water park that we built there as well. I'll go through the slides here. This is our Journeys restaurant. We take pride in our unique restaurants and whatnot. This is our Journeys Indian restaurant, where this is a restaurant inside of the restaurant, inside of the resort. So we actually brought a replica train car in there that you can dine in, which is really cool. Now, all of our restaurants here as well, we have a head chef from whatever destination the genre of food is. So our Indian chef, his name is Mukesh. He is from India. We have an Italian restaurant with an Italian chef. We have a French Tahitian restaurant there with a French chef, and so on and so forth. Here's a look at our Noodle and Thread Italian restaurant. So very cool concept here. Here's a look at one of our outdoor restaurants. This is our Waves restaurant.
This looks like a screensaver when you're sitting there having your lunch. I mean, you look at the beach and you're like,
absolutely,
that is exactly what my screensaver should look like.
I actually took this picture myself. We also take pride in our health and wellness, as I mentioned. So we have an amazing gym here at the Hyatt Ziva Zilara Cap Cana. It's over 14,000 square feet. So we have CrossFit, yoga, free weights, treadmills, everything you can imagine is right here at the Hyatt Ziva Zilara Cap Cana's gym. Also, an amazing Larimar spa that gives you the illusion of a cenote, which is very, very unique. And here's an aerial view of our water park. Now, our water park is not just for children, it's also for adults. Some of our slides, you actually have to be 3.94 feet to ride those. They are very fast, and if you don't cross your arms on the way down, you might skin your elbows right off. I actually, unfortunately, learned that the hard way. Inside the water park as well, we do have food trucks readily available. So we have miniature cheesesteaks, tacos, what have you. So you can get your snacks while you're enjoying the water park. We also have a small splash pad for the smaller children as well. We'll move right along into our Hyatts in Rose Hall, Jamaica. So again, this will be another property that are side by side, the Hyatt Ziva and Zilara. So you will have full access to the other as long as you're 18 and above. 344 rooms we have on the adult side. This is formerly the Ritz-Carlton back in the day. We actually took this over, remodeled it, and we built more onto the Ziva side, okay? So 344 rooms on the adult side. We have 277 rooms on the family side. A total of 19 restaurants, bars, and lounges here at this properties, okay? This is 15 minutes from Montego Bay's airport, so very close. Great if you want to stay for 3 days, because it's not too far away from the airport. We do have it in a private arrivals lounge specific for our Hyatt guests at the Montego Bay Airport as well. So as soon as you arrive, you can go right to our lounge. You can grab a cocktail and wait for your transfer on the way to the property, okay? We also do boast an amazing oceanfront Zen spa here. What I really love about this property is the food. Our food is absolutely amazing. My favorite restaurant here is the Asian Fusions restaurant. But also, if you've ever been in Jamaica, I know you probably heard about Scotchies. Scotchies has the best jerk chicken in all of Jamaica, correct? Well, I've heard it from myself, from local Jamaicans, that our jerk hut on property here rivals Scotchies, if not better. So that's something really big to live up to. Now, our jerk hut used to be a jerk shack, but it was so small and the line was so big that we had to expand it. So it is humongous now, and the food is absolutely stunning, okay? Really love these properties, especially for children or families with children. Because of those little man-made breakers we have there in the beach area, it creates a nice calm surf. So you can leave your children along the shoreline. You don't have to worry about them getting knocked over and swept away by a wave. But property is absolutely stunning. Picture opportunities around every corner. You can see just the picturesque background here with the blue mountains. You just cannot go wrong with this property whatsoever. Here's a look at one of the accommodations on our adult side, the Zilara. So beautiful accommodations, ocean view. And a look at our Ziva side. So this is one of our suites on our Ziva side. But attention to detail. And as you'll see as we go on, it's a Hyatt Ziva and Zilara standard. You'll see all the rooms are very similar. Just take into attribute of whatever destination it's in. Our Hyatt Zilara Cancun. This is 310 rooms, again, adults only, since it is a Zilara. We have 11 restaurants, bars, and lounges here. We have a brand new sports bar and a 24-hour snack bar. This is about 20 minutes from the airport. We boast a massive beachfront infinity pool. We are on one of the best stretches of beaches in the hotel zone area. We have an amazing state-of-the-art Sky Fitness Center. This is actually on the other side of the property where it overlooks the Nip Touch Lagoon. So it's very, very cool. An awesome spa here, but definitely one of the best stretches of beaches in the hotel zone. I can't stress that enough. Also, for anybody who watches any movies that came out recently, we actually had a movie filmed here 2 summers ago that was just released on HBO Max in the movie theaters a few months back. It's called Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar. It was starring Kristen Wiig and Jamie Dorn. So if you do get to check out that movie, just know that that was filmed at our amazing Hyatt Zilara in Cancun.
Yeah, and
all these. Go ahead.
sorry. Oh, yeah, I was going to say it's important for people to know when they were looking for a good beach, that picture's really not too exaggerated. That is
Not at all.
how gorgeous the water is in the hotel zone. So if you're looking for, Emily, I want a swimmable beach, I want to be, you know, this, that, and the other thing, this is your property because it is gorgeous. That water is blue and that hotel zone is not the 90s spring break it used to be. This is worth your visit.
Right. And if you like this beach, just wait till you see our Hyatt Ziva. It's coming up next.
Yes, I know.
So I just did want to show you one of the room accommodations here at the Hyatt Zilara. So every single room is going to have an ocean view, and they are also going to have an in-room jacuzzi, not on your deck, not on your balcony, but in your room. So that's very, very unique as well. Here it is, my favorite property, the Hyatt Ziva Cancun. Why is this my favorite property? Location. There is no better real estate in all of Cancun than here at our Hyatt Ziva Cancun. So we have 537 total rooms between our 3 towers. Now, one of those towers would be specific to adults only, and I'll get into that in a moment. But 537 rooms, 17 restaurants, bars, and lounges. We're about 20-25 minutes from the airport. We're surrounded by 3 sides of the Caribbean Sea. We have 2 amazing beaches, amazing kids club, a teen space. We're right at the point of the 7. If you're familiar with how Cancun looks on a map, it looks like a 7. We are right at that point. So you can see here our iconic lighthouse. We have a dolphinarium pool that's overlooked by the Pyramid Building. We have the only microbrewery at an all-inclusive in all of Cancun. We do have an exclusive rooftop pool for our Turquoise guests, which will be the adults only, and a Punta Vista bar up there as well. So here's a look at the beaches. You can see here on one side, and on the other side, it's a massive beach. Also, great with the water, especially in this area because we get the least amount of sargassum, because sargassum or seaweed is a problem in Cancun, Riviera Maya at certain times of year, as well as other parts of the Caribbean. But because of our location, we get the least amount, okay? So here's a look at some of the accommodations at the Hyatt Ziva. So again, following the standard with the Hyatt rooms and all of our other destinations. And here's something new that we actually brought in. We actually brought in our Mulligan's Golf Simulator Studio. So something like Top Golf that you might have in your hometown, we do have available at our property as well. This is something brand new. Now we'll talk a little bit about our Turquoise Tower. As I mentioned, this is our adults only tower. 160 suites we have here. This is all butler service. They are the only ones that have exclusive access to that rooftop infinity pool and the Punta Vista bar up there as well. So as you can see, the views are absolutely stunning from the pool itself. You can see that iconic lighthouse in the background.
So somebody is asking, since you mentioned the adults only tower, so since this Zilara and Ziva are not next to each other like the others, can the people who are at Zilara come over to this?
Normally that would be the case, but unfortunately, because these properties aren't side by side, we have to follow COVID protocols.
Right.
So right now, until everything's done and over with, there's no exchange privileges as of current.
Gotcha.
That's a very good question, though. Thank you for bringing that up. So as you can see on the bottom left-hand corner, that's a picture. What's circled there is our specific Turquoise Tower. The building to the right of that will be our Club Tower. And then that shorter building that overlooks the Dolphinarium, that's going to be our Pyramid Tower, okay? But you could just see how expansive that beach is on the other side there. We have pools on both sides, cabanas on both sides. Very, very awesome. We'll move right along into our Hyatt Ziva Los Cabos, which is our all ages resort. We have 591 rooms here, so one of our bigger properties, 16 restaurants, bars, and lounges. This is about 20 minutes from the Cabo airport. We do have an adults only pool here. This will be located on the left side of the property, on the complete opposite side of the property where our kids' splash pad would be. Now, unfortunately, this is not on a swimmable beach, but it is great for jogging or taking your morning walks. But there's not a lot of properties in Cabo that are swimmable, okay? But our pools do make up for it. And speaking of our pools, during the wintertime, it does get a little cold in the west coast of Mexico. So our pools are heated. Just wanted to throw that out there. But amazing accommodations and suites here. As you can see, here's some of the swim up rooms. You can see some of the views as well from some of the ocean view rooms, but very, very authentic Mexican feel. Speaking of authentic Mexican feel, our restaurants here at the Hyatt Ziva Los Cabos are bar none the best Mexican food that I've ever had in my entire life. That says a lot, because I've had a lot of Mexican food. And then our Hyatt Ziva in Puerto Vallarta. Love, love, love this property. I actually got my first chance to experience the property this past February. We have 335 ocean-facing rooms, so any room that you're in will have a view of the ocean. We have 11 restaurants, bars, and lounges here. Again, only 20 minutes from the airport, as most of our properties are. Now, even though this is a family-friendly property, we do have an adults-only pool here. But because of the intimacy of this property, because of our private beach that we're situated on, and because we're nestled in the hills of the Sierra Madre Mountains, I really think that this property screams intimacy to me, and I mean, is more geared towards adults, but it's not. So we do have a kids club. We have a dedicated turtle release program certain months of the year, but something to do for everybody. Our restaurants here are absolutely amazing. We have our Blaze restaurant, which is right up along the cliffs on the right-hand side of the property, right along the shoreline as well.
Look at that backdrop. I mean, you cannot beat that. And I love that you mentioned the turtle release, because that is a great opportunity for, an activity for the kids. Beautiful.
Once in a lifetime, absolutely. So we have two buildings here. We have the Standard Tower and the Club Tower. On the left-hand side of our picture here, you'll see that's a view from our Standard Tower. But again, the views on any particular room at this property, absolutely stunning. Some of the best views that I've had ever. On the top right, that's one of our presidential suites. And then we have on the bottom right, one of our new club rooms. So let me just go back real quick. So the Club Tower will be located on the right-hand side and the Standard Tower on the left-hand side. Okay. Now, if you definitely want a balcony, definitely book into the club tower because there are some accommodations on the standard in the standard tower that are only Juliet balconies. So it would open up, but you're not able to walk out. All right. And our newest baby, our Hyatt Ziva Riviera Cancun. I actually had the pleasure of being here last week. This is a brand new property. Like I said, it opened up last month. It's 20 minutes from Cancun's International Airport. We have 438 luxurious suites, 17 restaurants, bars, and lounges. The restaurants are absolutely amazing. Full service spa and a fitness center. We have a brand new water park that we opened up there as well. But absolutely stunning property. Here's a look at some of the accommodations here. It's one of our junior suite walkout rooms. So even though we don't have swim up rooms at this property, you're literally 2 feet of grass from a pool. We have 11 total buildings at this property, and for every 2 buildings, they have their own pool. So you can imagine the amount of pools that we have on site. Another thing I'd like to mention about our properties right now is our testing. So you need a negative test to get back into the United States. So for our Mexican and Jamaican properties, we're going to offer complimentary testing for anybody staying 3 nights or more. Okay. And at our Cap Cana properties, regardless of length of stay, we'll offer a complimentary testing. Okay. So you're safe with us. Then to make you even more comfortable, we have an extended stay protection plan that we offer to you when you arrive at our property. So for $29 per person plus tax, it's an optional protection plan, of course, but it does allow you to quarantine at our property for up to 14 days if you were to test positive for COVID, God forbid. Okay. So it's a nice peace of mind, and it'll allow you to relax and enjoy your vacation. So at this time, I'd like to thank you for coming to visit Emily and myself, Tailor My Travels in Playa, the great collaboration, and I hope to see you at one of our resorts soon.
Awesome. And I just wanted to clarify, everybody. So you noticed that we talked about Hyatt Ziva Cancun, Hyatt Zilara Cancun, and then we talked about Hyatt Ziva Riviera Cancun. So when you get into the airport, the original ones that were Ziva and Zilara, you actually go north to the hotel zone. For the Riviera Cancun, you're going to go south down to what's, Cancun is basically an area with so many little towns, just like we have where we all live. So the Riviera Cancun is just going to be, what is it? You said about 20 minutes south?
25 minutes, right?
Yeah, if that. So different beach, different feel, different. So they are different feels. So it just really depends on which one matches what you're looking for to decide which one you would go to. So that's what we're here to help you. I work with Randolph to deliver, these best options. When you show up, they know you're my client and they're going to take great care of you. So we had a couple questions. One was, what is your favorite resort and why?
Hyatt Ziva Cancun. Again, the real estate there, the location is everything. You're surrounded by 3 sides of water. We have 2 amazing beaches. We have dolphins that you could see at any time of day. We have the iconic lighthouse. The microbrewery really is something special, though.
Awesome.
Some of the best chicken wings that you can have are at our Hyatt Ziva Cancun. Watch, any kind of sports game that's on, NFL on Sunday, soccer games, what have you.
Yeah,
definitely the Hyatt Ziva Cancun.
Which one is it that people rave about, the coffee shop? It's got to be, I think it's one of those. I think it's the Hyatt.
We have an amazing coffee shop at all of our
all
properties.
of them. I know.
We take pride in our coffee shops. That seems to be the new thing.
I know. It's pretty awesome.
One thing that I'm not sure that I mentioned, but actually at the Hyatt Ziva Cancun, we have a full-blown candy store. That's all inclusive. It's called Pasteles. So we have chocolate fondue. We have every kind of, gummy bear, Swedish fish, peach ring you can imagine, pastries, cakes, pies. It is absolutely, every kid and every adult kid's dream.
is there a donut wall? It's one of these or something like that, or a donut,
On occasion, we
remember.
bring that out.
Yes, that's so fun. And then another question that somebody had was, are your kids clubs all open, or is that by resort? I know some brands are just, the managing people are making the decision. So
Yep, they're all open, and they're from ages 4 to 12. Now, some would make an exception for potty trained children, around the age of 2 or 3. But again, they would have to be potty trained. But it's 4 to 12 for the kids clubs. And they are
and
open.
in all of the family ones, the Zivas, do they have teen? Do many of them have teen? I know that like a teen club. I know that the Cap Cana has like a teen hangout area.
Yeah, that's what we have. We don't really have a designated kids club for the teenagers, but we do have areas where the activities would be more suited to their age group.
Sure. This was excellent. Thank you so much for sharing all about Playa Resorts. And guys, there's more than just these Hyatt Zivas and Zilaras that I've sent you to, but wanted to really hone in on these. You can see in the background, he's got some of the Hilton brand, some adults only as well, Sanctuary. And they're just great resorts, something for everybody. So we want to wrap up by saying, please do not hesitate to reach out with any questions. If you are not following us on Facebook and Instagram, please do so now at Tailor My Travels on Instagram. And then also, in our highlights, we have some of these featured. You can go on and see some of the parts, especially of Cap Cana. There's a whole part of our highlights that has all that featured and what's there. And then if you're ready for a vacation to the Hyatt Ziva or the Zilara for your honeymoon, please set up a vacation consultation today. You can do that on our website through my signature and my email, and on most of our Facebook posts as well. So thank you so much, the Playa Guy.
Thank you very much, Emily. And please, when you book with Emily, she is my VIP, which in turn makes you VIP. So just please keep that in mind.
Thank you so much. Everybody have a great rest of your day, and we will see you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.